Good afternoon. This is Ms. Seitz in the Student Services Office, and I'm here to talk to you today about four-year planning in Naviance Family Connection. Our goal is that every student begins and edits a four-year plan each year of high school. The four-year plan is not binding in Naviance. It doesn't mean that you have to sign up for those classes each year during enrollment. However, we would like you to keep this as up to date as possible and use this as a guide for course planning. As a review for how to log into Naviance Family Connection, hopefully all of you have done this at least once, but what we'll do is we'll go to the Blue Valley North High School homepage, and on the left-hand side you can scroll down and find student and parent links. Once you've clicked on that, you will see second to the right here, Family Connection, Naviance College and Career Planning. We'll click on that and you'll see the login page for Naviance. Your login information, your username, will be the same as your high school username. So typically that's your first initial, middle initial, and last name. You'll not put the @Blue Valley K-12. You do not need to put that in there. And then your login password is going to be your student ID number. So everybody should go ahead and enter those now. Okay. Once you've logged in, you're going to see a page very similar to this. Now, I'm logged in as a fake student that I've created, Mighty Mustang. However, you will see a personalized page for your own Family Connection. Before we begin on course planning, I do want to let you know that we've given each of you a handout with some helpful resources for course planning. On the front of that handout, you'll see a worksheet for your graduation requirements. So if you want to fill it in by pen or pencil first, that's absolutely fine. And then you can actually add that to your online Naviance four-year plan. We do want you to do it electronically, though, even if you do it on the worksheet. So that gives you all of your graduation requirements, just in case you've forgotten what some of those look like. And then on the back of your worksheet, you will see a Family Connection Student Quick Guide for course planning. And you can use this as a guide as well if you don't finish today or if you want to log back in later and make changes to your four-year plan. All right, so on the Naviance Family Connection homepage, I'm going to point out two really helpful resources for you as you begin on your course plan. The first is on the left-hand side, very bottom link, course descriptions. So one thing you want to be sure to use as a resource is the course description guide. When we go to the course description page, you'll see the course description guide for 2015-16. We can click on that and download the course description guide. And my recommendation would be to go ahead and keep this up as you work on your course plan today so that you can access this and figure prerequisites and course descriptions and everything else as you work on this today. So a couple of reminders, your basic graduation requirements are listed here. Also Regents requirements for those four-year in-state public schools in Kansas. NCAA if you're interested in college sports. A lot of helpful information. Beginning on about page 11 or 12, our course descriptions are listed. So if you need to refer back to course descriptions or you're unsure what a class looks like, this is a great place to look for that. So you'll come here and you can find, for example, in the art category, all of our courses listed in art, whether or not they have a prerequisite here. For example, most of our art classes do require design fundamentals as a prerequisite, and then what those count for as your graduation requirements. You can see those listed here as well. Also, if you scroll down a little further, you will see career pathways listed under each of these different career categories. So for example, in the visual arts, for example, if you like graphic design, you can come here to this career pathway and you can see helpful courses that you could take throughout high school to prepare for a career in graphic design. And those are listed in most of the different career pathways here in the course description guide. Final thing would be to take a look at course descriptions. So again, moving down, if you're unsure of what a class entails, you can always refer back to this course description guide to get that information. Okay, so that would be the first resource we want you to use. Go ahead and minimize that and refer back to Family Connections homepage. The next thing that you can use as a resource is listed in the document library. So here on the right-hand page, if you click on Document Library, you will see several different folders listed here. We can take a look at the four-year planning templates folder. Within that, you're going to see some considerations for four-year planning. That's a one-page document that just gives you some suggestions. That's a really helpful thing to read before you begin on your four-year plan. We've also got several sample four-year plans in there listed as well. So if you're looking at staying in state for college, we've got a four-year plan sample for you. Anyone looking out of state or maybe at more selective colleges can view those plans. And then if you're considering CAPS at any point in high school, we also have listed 3 different plans there depending on the length of time that you'd like to spend over at CAPS. So that's another helpful guide for you as you begin working on this four-year plan. If you're interested in one of those, you know right off the bat, you, for example, want to go out of state, you can click on that and view that course plan right away and keep that listed as you're working on your four-year plan. Okay. So the next thing would be to click on the Courses tab, and we're actually going to get started together on starting our four-year course plan. So everyone click on the Courses tab. From there you'll see several links to different things here in the Courses tab. What we'll be working on is the My Course Plan, Manage My Course Plans. So we're going to click on that link. And you'll see here I've never created a course plan, so unless you've logged into Naviance and done this on your own, you should not have a plan in there. We're going to click the button to build our first plan, so add a new plan. And we'll start a brand new plan from scratch. So all we have to do is click on the Create New Draft Plan. Now if you have logged into Naviance in the past and created one, you should be able to click on the plan that you've already created and edit that plan as needed. But for our purposes today, we'll go Create New Draft Plan. Okay, and you'll see here the only option you really have are your general graduation requirements for the Blue Valley School District, so it's going to make sure you're meeting all of those requirements. So we want to choose this plan. So before it takes you to this page, some of you might see a pop-up that says it would like to import your classes that you're currently enrolled in or classes that you've already completed. You can go ahead and click OK on that button. That just means that it's going to go ahead and put the courses in your course plan that you've already completed or that you're currently in this year. So that's really helpful. It allows you to work on your plan, not having to go ahead and put things in that you've already completed. Mine is a fake student, as I mentioned, and so the student doesn't have any previous coursework, so mine may look a little bit different than yours, but just know if it already has imported those classes, that's not a problem whatsoever. Okay, so to begin, we're going to look on the left-hand side under the requirements boxes over here. Under requirements, you're going to see all of the different requirements for high school graduation purposes. So English Language Arts, we need 4 years of English, Social Studies 3 years, Science 3 years, Math at least 3 years, PE, 1 year of PE, a semester of Health, at least 1 year or 2 semesters of Technology, and at least 1 year or 2 semesters of Fine Arts. In addition to that, we need 7.5 elective credits, so anything in the world languages or anything above and beyond the minimum requirements in arts or technology or English or any of those departments counts towards elective credit. So we'll just start at the top with English. Some of your Englishes may already be checked, and that's absolutely fine. That just means it's imported it for you. Now mine, because it's a fake student, has not checked any boxes. So what we'll do is we'll look at grade 9, and you may have to scroll down a little to find this. But we'll look at grade 9 and mark the classes I'm currently in. Grade 10, if you're a 10th grader, we'll mark those as what it should be marked for you. And then we need to mark 11th and 12th grade. So we see here the options for 11th and 12th grade. If you scroll over the link here, you can actually see a course description of that class as well, which is really nice, so you don't always have to refer back to the course description guide. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and choose courses for both 11th and 12th grade, and then add selected courses to your draft plan. We click that button at the bottom. This brings up a list that says when would you like to take these courses. For English, it's pretty lined up for you. You know, you take English Language Arts 9 as a freshman, English 10 as a sophomore, and so on and so on. So you don't really have to worry about changing any of these drop-down menus. You just click OK. Okay. And so now it gives us courses at a glance. You'll see you're planning to take the following English Language Arts courses, and it'll show us each of these. And there should be a total of 4 credits listed there. Okay. Now, if you want to take other credits, for example, writer's workshop or something else in the English, you'll have the opportunity to do that when we go to core department electives at the end. But this is just for your core classes that you must get throughout high school. Okay. On the right-hand side, you'll also see a draft plan kind of quick guide that shows you what courses you're planning to take as a freshman, a sophomore, junior, and senior. So as we continue working on this plan, that's going to continue to grow on the right-hand side as well. All right, I'll do one more example with you. So on social studies, let's click on that. And you can see here your choices for social studies. So you'll see social studies, you must complete 3 credits. 2.5 are requirements, and then you select an additional 0.5 social studies elective to complete those requirements. So as a sophomore, you will take either AP European History or Modern World History. We'll choose either AP US History or US History since 1865 for grade 11. And then senior year, you'll choose between American Government or AP Government. So we choose one of those. Now that's only 2.5 credits, so we have to scroll down a little further, and you'll see that you need to choose a half credit from one of the following courses. Now absolutely you can choose more than just the minimum here, but you must at least have a social studies half credit elective. So I'm going to use sociology as an example, and we're going to add selected courses to your draft plan. Now one thing to keep in mind here is that sociology is a course that can be taken in 10th, 11th, or 12th grade. So you actually have to indicate which grade you'd prefer to take that course. So for example, 11th grade. The rest of those should be lined up perfectly with the grades that you have to take them, so you don't have to worry about government, US history, or modern world history, but sociology, we do need to indicate which grade we prefer to take that. Once we've completed it, we click OK. And again, that should update your course plan. So on the right-hand side, again, you'll see your courses broken down by each year of high school. On the left-hand side, we'll see that we've completed the English requirements and the social studies requirements here in our plan. Okay, just as a reminder, I want to emphasize that you do not have to follow this course plan when you're enrolling. You can update and change this. This is absolutely not a binding course plan, but we do want you to make it as accurate as possible and keep it up to date as possible as well. Okay. So the final thing I want to show you here is that you do have the option to review what your plan looks like up to this point, and you can do this at any point, even if you've not finalized everything here on the left-hand side. But we go to review, and this breaks it down, your graduation requirements by the department. So you can see all of your English requirements. The check mark means it looks good. You can see all of the social studies requirements that we've added. Again, the check mark says it looks good. And then here you can see the rest of the classes that are required for graduation purposes, and you'll see this needs work. We've not completed that yet. There's also alerts on the right-hand side that tell you what are missing. I really like, if we click over, the view by grade level view. I think this is a little easier to read in my opinion, because it breaks it down by grade level rather than by department, so you can make sure you're getting all the course requirements for each grade level. So here you can see grade 9, grade 10, grade 11, grade 12, and we can also see what courses we're planning to take or are enrolled in or have completed. And then also it lists in the green there how many credits are planned for each grade level. So just as a reminder, every year you have to take 7 full credits. If you're not planning on taking summer school courses or any courses online in addition to your 7 classes, it should just stay 7 there. If you are planning to take summer school or online classes in addition to your school day, then it may list more than just the minimum 7 requirements. Okay. So the final thing you can do, you can scan your plan if you'd like. This just basically tells you if you're meeting requirements for four-year college or whatever you prefer after high school. I would recommend not finalizing your plan, because if you finalize it, I'm not sure that you can get back in and make edits to it, so I would just leave it. You don't have to save it. It saves automatically. You don't have to save it after you've completed it. And then you'll be able to log back into that course plan and make edits as necessary. Okay, final thing I just want to let each of you know is that counselors will be visiting your labs today to make sure everybody's on the same page, also help if you have questions. So if you do have questions, make sure to write those down and let the counselors know as they walk in. And again, you don't have to finish this today, but we would like you to get started on it at least, and then finish it up on your own time if you don't get it completed today. All right, that's it for 4-year planning. We appreciate your time, and counselors will be coming around in just a few minutes to visit with you and answer any questions that you may have. Thank you very much.